Good evening. There's been a sentence that has been on my mind for the past 2.5 months because it's something I repeat to myself every day, multiple times. I have this journal, this Alchemy of Self journal that follows Sam Oven's old course materials. And I'm basically working off of a similar version of something like that. But there's one sentence in the foundations in that. We are the lowest version of ourselves that we can accept. Whenever I read that, and it genuinely is every day, that sentence feels like the truest thing in all of the journal. The point of the journal is to plan out what sort of future, which sort of self image you want to have. But there's a certain foundation of knowledge, of beliefs, of, let's say, axioms, even, that you build everything upon. And that single sentence just, it's right here in my brain because I can identify with it so much most of the time. I am exactly the lowest version of myself that I can accept. Those are the two things I strive for. I want to keep accepting myself, and I only strive to push that far. Like, I only do the not the lowest of efforts, but I only do the effort and the progress that's the bare minimum of where I can still accept myself. The barely acceptable minimum of progress. Now, how the hell do you fix that? Well, there's another sentence, but that one's just been haunting me today, not for the past months. It popped up in the audiobook I'm listening to, The Mountain Is You, but it also popped up when I was watching a random YouTube video talking about layoffs in the video games industry. And the commentator on that put it perfectly. The execution is more important than the intent. For all the time I've spent trying to change myself, I've improved my intent at best. My execution sucks. That's why this video sucks. There isn't any fancy editing. This is just me talking to the camera and pouring out not even my soul, but just my heart. Like, those videos where it is exactly this, but somehow it succeeds because it's so sincere and it comes across. I'm still not at that point. This is probably gonna remain a video with 1, 2 views, and that's about it. And that's fine. Because compared to nothing, this is better. But this is the lowest acceptable effort and progress I can do for myself right now. And if I want to improve that, well, I need to care more about the execution of what I do and less about the intent. I have plenty of intent. I want to change. You goddamn right. I've been spending more and more free time over the past decade trying to do that. Failing mostly. But yeah, today that culminates. Today I'm once again looking at this damned sentence in the morning, in the evening, and realizing that I want to push that higher. If I'm the lowest version I can accept, I need to push it just a little bit higher. I need to keep pushing my standards up. And how do standards change? With consistent application. That's how they change. I need to be consistent with what I'm doing, and I need to push harder for that every day. And I'm doing that. Today is going to be another day of all green, where on my daily planner list, I can write off everything as green. Is it much progress? I don't know. I'm gonna believe that yes, it is progress. And I just realized I missed one thing, which was learning something new. I missed learning something new today from learning materials. I will, yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to do, which is simply watching a video of one of the courses I've bought and not gone through yet. That's still a simple thing I can do and I will do after this. But yeah, as you can tell, the bar is quite low here. The goal here from now on is to raise the bar. And as far as YouTube is concerned, that's going to happen with two ways. One, more volume. I'm going to keep recording these, hopefully every day. And two, I'm going to work on a bigger video project with some editing. Still have the time frame and the countdown I'm working on, which is my birthday, July 1st. And by then, I want to make an edited video. Now, that will only be a foray into a slightly higher standard, but as I keep increasing the volume of punching above into the next, let's say, stage, I'm going to make that my new standard. Or I'm going to significantly improve these. That's also on the table. So far, I really enjoy doing this, but there's only so much joy to be gained out of this without ever seeing any success and without ever seeing any improvement. So more than success right now, I just want to go on an upwards trend of improvement that I feel when I watch these videos. Because the sentence isn't going to change. I will still be the lowest version of myself that I can accept. So I need to change what I accept for myself. I need to change what the lowest exactly is. Or both. Both is probably the best, but changing acceptance of myself is difficult. Changing what I actually do seems easier and more straightforward than resolving these sorts of things, because acceptance, I guess it's higher standards for myself, not in a performance sense, not in an, I'm hung up on the word performance here because you still, let's say there's a moral dilemma you're faced with, that's still performing according to something. You're still evaluating performance. But I meant performance more in terms of a skill issue and less in a moral sense or ethics or whatever virtues you want to judge yourself by, or I want to judge myself by. For example, this sort of thing, I gotta cut that out. Not just literally as in a cut, but simply not doing that while I'm talking. That will be an improvement. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit for these videos I can work on for live, for editing videos. So it's not about some great thing. It's simply about changing a little bit and then keeping that change. That's how I will improve, achieve my dreams, and still be the lowest version of myself that I can accept. Good point to cut. Good night.